Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice and I would like to say to all my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do, because I have a lot of videos that I posted and they're really interesting to watch, and that way you don't miss any of my videos. And today I will be showing you how to make these really cute spiders for Halloween. I made one in black, I made one in white, and I also made one in the color gray. So in this video I will be showing you how to make them. They're really quick to make, they're easy, and they're really cute to put around your house. And so let's get this started. Okay, in order to make these really cute spiders, there's a couple of things that you will need in order to make these spiders. First of all, I will be using a roll of yarn on the color gray. I will also be using a white yarn as well. And I will also need a pair of scissors, a crochet needle, some thread, and it's best if you find one that's identical to the color of the yarn that you're using, but since today I'll be making the gray spider, it won't show that much. I will also need a sewing needle to tie all my knots at the end, and then I also use this special kind of needle to make the eyes on the spider for the final project, okay, to complete it. Okay, and also, I have so much yarn. A lot of times I try to find things to make with. I have so many of these little balls of yarn. They're all scraps, so I try to make different things with them. And today I will show you how to make these spiders, and they're really cute, easy to make. So let's get this started. Alright, let's get this going. And the first thing that I am going to start with is the color gray. And I will make a slip knot first. And then I will make another loop to secure my knot. Once I have the knot completed, the first step would be to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Once you have your 3 chains, then you will slip stitch to the first chain that you started with. And you will go through all the loops. So now you have that done, and you have this center piece here in the center. You will be making 11 double crochets all into that center. Yarn over, you go into that center, and I will make 11 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, and if you know this string here when we started with, if it gets a little too long, you can just cut a little piece out of it so it doesn't bother you as you're going around in a circle. Okay, so then this is my third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and one more would be 11 total of double crochets. Once you have your 11 double crochets all in the center, I will slip stitch into my next chain and close it like that. So now you have the circle. Once you have that, then I will chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. The next step would be to do 2 double crochets in each chain around. That's 1, 2, and then you go on to the next chain and you do the same thing. You add 2 all the way around the circle. And this is going to be the body of the spider, because the next step would be the head, and then the final thing would be the legs of the spider. So let me go around until I get to the end, and then I will be back to show you how it turned out. Okay, I came to the end. So now you can see that there's a gap. So now I want to close that gap by making a slip stitch. So there it is. I closed it all up, and now you have the body of the spider. So now we want to proceed on making the head. Now for the head, it's going to be a semicircle. When you get to the part where you are going to be making the head, you will skip 2 chains. After the loop, you'll skip 1, 2, and on the 3rd chain, I will make 7 double crochets all into that same chain. So skip 1, 2, and go on to the 3rd chain and do 7 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need one more. This would be a total of 7 double crochets. So there is the head of the spider. Now once you finish doing the 7 double crochets all into that same chain, you will skip 2 chains. You'll skip 1 chain, 2 chains, and on the 3rd one you will do a slip stitch. So go into that 3rd chain and go right through all the loops. And there is the semicircle that I made for the spider's head. So here's the body and here's the head. Now I am going to work on the legs. Now to make the legs, you will start making 8 chains. Then you add 2 more chains, which will be a total of 10. The reason is because you will be putting the tip of the spider's legs so they actually kind of stick out a little bit like I did here. See how the tip of the spider is a little bit thicker and then the back part is a little bit thinner? Well, that's what I am going to show you how to make. Okay, and I will be making 4 legs on each side, a total of 8. Okay, so now I will start making my 8 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I add 2 more, 1 and 2. So there are my 8 chains plus 2. I have a total of 10. Once you have that done, then I will make 2 double crochets into the 3rd chain from the hook. So I would count 1, 2, and 3. So on the 3rd chain, I will make 2 double crochets. After you do the 2 double crochets, then I will be slip stitching into every single chain. And it's very important that when you make the slip stitch, that the chain is straight. You don't want it to curve. You don't want it to go this way, because if you have it twisted, it will not turn out correctly. So we want to make sure that it's all laid out flat. If you want, you can lay it on your table, stretch it out a little bit, because that's very important. Otherwise, the lace will not come out right. So now on my next chain, I will be making a slip stitch on all my chains until I get to the body of the spider. So I go all the way, slip stitch, go into the next chain and do a slip stitch. So once you have the leg here, to complete the first leg, I will slip stitch into the same chain that comes right after that 2 times. So that would be 1 slip stitch, and I need 1 more. And the reason why I made 2 slip stitches all into the same chain is because I will be going on to my next leg, and there has to be a little separation between the first leg and the second leg, and that goes on for all the legs as well. So now I have those 2 slip stitches all in that same chain, and then I will proceed with making 8 chains plus 2, which is a total of 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then I go into my 3rd chain from the hook, so I count 1, 2, and 3. On my 3rd chain, I will make 2 double crochets in the same chain. And after you make the 2 double crochets, then I go on to my next chain, and then I will start slip stitching all the way till I come to the end of the chains that I made. And just keep on doing this all the way. And make sure that you don't skip any chains, that you follow it all in the same row. Okay, see how now it's starting to turn here a little bit? You might want to turn the bottom part a little bit so you can see the chains, because now you can see the first leg is starting to go onto the other leg. So you want to be very careful there to not miss one chain. So now I got to the end there. Then I will slip stitch in my next chain twice. Okay, there it is. So let me show you how these 2 legs are coming along. So there is the body here. Then you have the semicircle for the head. Then you have the legs. So you have 2 legs so far. So now I will show you how to do the next 2 legs on the spider. So now you have to make 8 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. So now you have 10 chains, and then on the third chain from the hook, I will make 2 double crochets in the same chain 2 times. Now you proceed with making slip stitches on the rest of the chains. And make sure that the legs do not start turning, because like I emphasized before, it can get a little tricky if you don't straighten them out. Okay, so now coming to an end, and then I will make 2 slip stitches all into that same chain. Okay, so now you have the third leg all complete. Then we go on to the next leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we need one more, 10. Okay, go into the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, make 2 double crochets. You need another one. Go on to your next chain, slip stitch, slip stitch. Just repeat all the way until you get to the final of your chains. And once you get to the end, you make 2 slip stitches to complete the leg. Okay, so now see how it's starting to turn here a little bit? I have to fix the legs a little bit here. And once you have the legs set, then you just mainly just fix them at the end when your spider is complete. So now I just slip stitch twice, one more. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so now I have my 4 legs completed on one side of the spider. So now in order to get to the other side of the spider, I will be making slip stitches in every single chain until I get to the other side to make the other 4 legs. So I just slip stitch all the way around the spider's body. Just slip stitch all the way. Okay, so now I still need a little bit more. Okay. So the same thing will occur. You'll be making 4 legs like the same way I showed you from the very beginning. Alright, here's the spider. And I have the 4 legs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a total of 8. And once you have your spider made, you can adjust the legs, fix the tip of the legs as well. And then your spider is all completed. And now I will cut a little piece of this yarn. I will secure it by making a knot. And then cut a little piece of the yarn off. And then with my sewing needle, I will sew the ends. I will just make a couple of stitches to secure the knot. And then this little string here that's sticking out here a little bit, that's where we started from the very beginning when we started making the circle. And I will do the same thing. I will sew a few stitches on there. And what I like about the yarn, like with anything you make, you can wash these on gentle cycle and they'll come out really nice. That way you can maintain your Halloween decorations in good shape, and they'll last you for a very long time. As long as you take good care of them, they'll last. Okay, and I have another piece here that I have to attach as well. So I will make another knot there as well and tie it. Okay, so there it is. And then now I just go ahead and I fix the legs once again. And it's best when you make the legs not to make it too tight, because then problems occur and then you won't be able to adjust the legs on the spider. But I don't really sew that hard. I just do a semi stitch where it's not really tight, it's in between. Okay, so now my next step would be to make the eyes on the spider. So now I will proceed with the white yarn. I will cut a piece off of this white yarn, and then I will sew with one of these needles. They have different sizes of needles, you know, at the craft stores, but they have like a short needle, some are long, but I like my needle because it's long and it's a lot easier to control the yarn when you're making really small eyes. Okay, so now I would just find a little space here, go into my yarn, and then I'll start making the eyes. And you just pull a little bit, you don't have to pull too much, just give it a little bit of a pull. Okay, so there is one eye. Then I go into the bottom of the yarn here, right through the threads, and then I pull it, and then I go on to my next eye. And you kind of eyeball it to make sure they're in the right place. and you go under, then you pull, and then you go again to make another thread to go right through it, and you go underneath, and then you pull. I guess I'll make another one, overlap the other thread, and then I go underneath, and then I pull. Oops. Okay. So now I have two eyes formed, and to complete it, I just go underneath and I turn it over and I just make a knot. And you pull to secure it. Then I just cut a little piece off of it. And since you have these little strings sticking out, then I get my sewing needle and then I just secure the knots. So I can get both strings like this, and then I just go underneath and sew them together. And there it is. So now you can just fix it a little bit. Okay, so there is the spider. Now it's all complete. And you just adjust the legs, the body if you like. Okay. And like I said, these would look so cute around the house. You can put them on the furniture, on the fireplace. I normally have them on the fireplace and they look so cute because they look like they're all crawling down. So here are all the spiders. Some are big, some are thin. It all depends on what type of yarn you use, but today I used the Red Heart yarn again. As you can see with all the projects that I make, I use the Red Heart. I love that yarn so much, and it's not very expensive either, so maybe I would say about between $3 to $4. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed watching my video. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll be so happy to hear from you. And I'll see you soon for more videos. Bye.